Welcome. This is the first episode of The Rhythm. Before we start, I'd like to kind of make a statement. Rhythm is a big part of me. As a young kid, I remember not being able to dance. And as I grew up, like my friends would like help me. And I think like even now, like I got nice rhythm. I can dance a little bit. It's just like I feel like that's where I developed myself, like learning from other people. And I think that's how you develop a rhythm. Rhythm is really important. It is the soil beneath our feet. It is the way we talk, the way we walk. Hell, if you didn't have a rhythm in your heart, you'd be dead. So rhythm is very, very important. So that's the reason for this episode, or really reason for this pod, is to find out what people's rhythms are, where they come from, because energy cannot be created, only transferred, or nor destroyed, but only transferred. So with that being said, this is our first guest, my partner,
First episode.
freelance photographer. She's done a lot of work. She's been around a lot of rooms with a lot of people, and we'll get into it. And this is my intro.
Yeah, first of all, you know what I'm saying? We want to thank God, just, you know what I'm saying, dead serious, because if it weren't for him, you know what I'm saying, we wouldn't be here. But it's like this, though. I'm tired of folks, you know what I'm saying? Them closed-minded folks, you know what I'm saying? It's like we got a demo tape and don't nobody want to hear it, but it's like this, the South got something to say. That's all I got to say.
I don't know if you know, especially by my pants, I'm from the South,
You doing
unapologetically.
like me now?
Yeah, I got that from you. I'm from here. That's what I love. I love the people here. I think Louisiana has the best rhythm there is, the best culture there is. I just think we just have really, really bad politics. But again, back to my guest, freelance photographers. You've been in a ton of different rooms, met a lot of different people. Probably one of the coolest people I've ever met, just off rip.
Yeah.
Chansey,
Instant connection.
instant connection. Chansey, Augustine, welcome to the show. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you having me, brother.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, let's dive into this, man. Where did your rhythm come from?
Uh just being myself. I started shooting in 2020. I actually taking it serious. I bought my camera from my homeboy in Chicago. Shout out to Keaton. It was a Canon 90D. Horrible. I'm a Sony girl now, but bought it from him, bought it off of him. Started to do work in the city, started to do free graduation photo shoots for the COVID kids. Not COVID kids, but you know what I mean. The kids graduating during COVID.
Yeah,
And one of the kids decided to do a sports themed photo shoot,
yeah.
graduation shoot. And my shoots were lasting for about 30, 45 minutes. His lasted for about 2 hours. At Tag Gormley. How ironic.
Yeah.
Um
What time of day was this?
this was during the day. This
It's
was
during the summer too.
Yeah, it was during the summer, yeah.
Ooh, 2
Yeah.
hours at Ted.
Yes. We had so much fun though. I fell in love with it. Oh my God. The the different the different angles. It was amazing. Me and him still connected till this day. It's like my actual son. He has his own album on my phone that he updates his college photos in into album on my phone. I'm like, dude, like
Yeah.
but I'm blessed to be able to work with these kids and stuff like that. That's what my rhythm, like that those are my rhythm. Like that's my rhythm, those kids.
I I did some research on you a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Again, we kind of talked about this in the first show, right?
Yes. The first take.
The first take. You were working as a Amtrak attendant,
Yes.
like on
Yes.
a train,
Yes.
and you were like, I guess you were making enough money, and you said, "Nah,
Yeah.
this ain't it."
Yeah, this ain't it. It was I was making a lot of money. But it wasn't fulfilling.
Yeah,
It wasn't it didn't feel like my purpose.
yeah,
Um I used to always travel back home on the trains and like this isn't it. Like this doesn't make me happy. Like the money, of course, being able to buy what I want to buy,
yeah,
like of course that was making me happy, but it wasn't fulfilling. This is fulfilling to me.
yeah.
Like I would do this for free
Yeah,
if I didn't have bills.
you know, we probably do a lot more if we didn't have
Yeah.
bills. I
Yeah.
mean, finding that passion. I also read like your father was a big influence in that.
Yes, my dad. He taught me about sports.
Yeah.
Like I was sitting next to him on the couch. He was a big Barry Bonds fan,
Shut
Jackie Robinson fan, Saints, probably the biggest Saints fan I know, because he would definitely go at them. Like
Yeah.
he wasn't the person that put a bag on his head, but he would say, "Y'all need to do this, y'all need." And he still was a fan. He still was a loyal fan. Um, a Pelicans fan. Like, so to be able to work around these guys and know
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
it's just like
A full
you
circle
you
moment,
just
right?
don't know
Yeah.
how great that makes me feel.
Yeah.
Because he was a big AK fan. He was a big Cam Jordan fan. And I know these guys personally, you
Yeah.
know? So it's just like, man, like walking into the Superdome for the first time to shoot the Saints game, I cried. Because I knew that he was there with me, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
It's an amazing feeling. It
I
really
mean,
is.
that's a pretty amazing story. I mean, again, COVID was what, 3 years ago? Like
Yeah.
we're talking about a very, very short period of
Yeah.
time, and
Yeah.
I think you've been around America. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've been out the country
Nah,
yet.
not yet.
Yeah,
Not yet.
but
Not yet.
you've been around America making plays,
Yeah.
like big plays.
Yep.
One in particular, you've been shooting with Showtime
Yes.
with Matt Barnes and Steven
Yeah.
Jackson. And how's that? Like, how's that been?
Oh man, no, I love those guys. They support me. I just talked to Stack last night. I clowned them about something off subject
Yeah,
subject a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit. I had posted on when Kim came out with the Skims thing
Yeah.
with the NBA. I posted underneath it. I was like, no one can say anything about Kim because she gets her bag.
Yeah.
And he came on there. He went off. Well, he didn't go off on me, but he pretty much was like telling me about the
Yeah.
big three and how they're trying to like deflect and all that. So I texted him last night. I was like, "Hey, don't be coming under my post. Look, I'm your sister. You call me personally."
Yeah. Send me
He
that.
was like, he was like, I'm not doing that to you, sis. You know. But
I definitely have my opinions about that one. It's a
Yeah.
little different. I know, everybody going after money. I get it, but
Yeah.
I think there's a
Kim knows how to get her bag though, man.
hey man, you can't stop a woman like that.
Yeah.
I'm not against it. I'm
Yeah.
really not. I think there's just there could have been other things that could have been done in a certain way.
And that's what he was saying.
Yeah.
There are probably more people that was qualified for that to be able to put themselves in a position like that. He said that.
Yeah, for sure.
But me as a woman, seeing another woman thrive in that arena, that's big for me.
I would have loved for her to include the WNBA first.
She did.
No.
She did. Oh,
First.
first. I get what you're saying.
First. Not necessarily, or even like in unison with the NBA. Like, because the picture was
Adam Silver.
Adam Silver. It wasn't the WNBA's commissioner. You know what I'm saying? Like, then in the post, it's
WNBA.
It's WNBA. That's fine in theory, but the optics of it is like you're Kim Kardashian, one of the biggest brands there is in the world. In a female.
Yes.
And the WNBA probably had its best season viewership wise. And you could have just amplified that just as much, right? Like, because she
people follow you.
Yeah, she moves the needle. She moves the needle.
People follow you.
And I'm not saying that, she couldn't have still sold, to the NBA. That's not the issue here. I just think there could have been something done for women that lead to improve. That way, young girls, that follow Kim K, maybe they'll watch, the WNBA. Yeah.
Trust me, you know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
About women being placed on the pedestal and stuff.
Man. And they should be placed on the pedestal. They should be placed on a higher pedestal. Yes. Like equality ain't, giving one lead the exact same as the other. No, you kind of trying to fit that mold so they're both on the same playing field.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't know what, Kim K, stamping your brand. Guess who else is following Kim K? The other brands.
Mm-hmm.
The other brands are going to follow that. Like, oh, well, she's going to do it. There must be a benefit, a cost benefit to it.
Exactly.
So they kind of have to follow suit. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in my soapbox, but this is about you. This is about you,
bro. I brought it up.
Yeah, no, that's cool. It's cool. I think that makes for great conversation. You talked about even as I was giving your flowers a little bit, you said instant connection. And I think the first instant connection was like, I think we peeped each other's shoes.
Yeah.
Like shoes are a big part of like what we do.
Most definitely.
I'll ask this. What what is like your grail, but like your favorite shoe? Now it doesn't have to be like this, top of the line shoe, but like what's the shoe that
Oh no, I'm not a top of the line
I
girl
see
like
me?
that.
Me neither. I think that's top of the line, man. I just don't. What's the shoe that like you can always revert back to? Is like that's the one for me.
Jordan 1s,
Jordan ones.
low or high top,
Okay.
just not mids.
Hey man, listen. If you have a pair of mids, wear them. Don't feel ashamed. If you like the shoe, wear it. I hate the fact that people would be like, oh, I don't like mids. That person just may not like the mid.
Mhm.
That's okay. But don't be shitting on people because they wearing mids. Like it's not like bro, there's a good pair of mids out there. There are. There's a hair pair that I actually have.
The Jordan, the Bugs Bunny ones.
Yeah.
Yes, I had the original ones.
Yes.
Yes, they re-released. That's how you know I'm getting old.
See what I'm saying? Like that pair was like, okay, like that's a good pair. There's like a black and gold pair that's a decent pair. Like these are not like terrible.
My friend actually has those pairs.
See what I'm saying? Like there's pairs out there. Now the colorways and the way it's shaped is a little funky. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's not, but like, if you have a pair of mids, don't feel bad about wearing your mids. Wear them because they're shoes. So Jordan 1s, highs or low, any colorway, any specific one?
Oh man.
That's
I actually have a favorite pair. Nigel Sylvester's, the ones Jordan ones.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite pair of ones.
Yeah, man. That's it. I wanted to. I tried. I don't have the plugs like you got right.
I don't have plugs.
You don't have plugs.
I don't have.
You sure about that? I wish I had that meme on Go, but like, you sure about that? You sure about that? Yo, I always want to ask you about this. You talk about shoes. This kind of segues into this. Like, you did the Iverson Classic.
Yes, I did. Every year. I'm the lead photographer now.
All right. So this episode is sponsored to you by nobody. Not yet. We're gonna get some sponsors. Yo, shout out to AI. Probably one of the most influential basketball players.
And the coolest guy you can ever meet
in the world. Like, dude, I don't know if anybody understands. Like, the dude is like super emotional. You can kind of tell, but he's passionate about like what he's talking about. He's not mincing his words.
Trust me, I've been in his company. He's very passionate.
Yeah. And to understand, like you see the videos or somewhat documentaries about his life. You can tell like you would be emotional too because you weren't supposed.
He's been through some stuff.
Yeah. And to you is like, all right, now you're around a guy like that. What that can do for you, but also like you handling your business though. You're doing it's not like you're just there to be there. Like you're doing the work. Like what has that been like, just to be around guys like that? Now you're the lead photographer for the Iverson Classic.
I was nervous meeting him the first time. I really was. My first year, mind you, it was COVID, so everybody had masks on and stuff like that. But now being able to engage with him and his people and stuff like that, it's been amazing. Like it's funny story. I was sitting on the by the basket, on the and I was shooting. I got up and he had some candy. I went and got some candy from him. And when I came back, one of the guys was like, "You really went and got some candy from AI right there? You just really." It's like it's not a big deal for me. Like
he's a person.
He's a person. Like, and they want you to treat them as such, But yeah, it's an amazing feeling. Like just being I used to go to Oakwood Mall. I used to see posters of him in Foot Locker and stuff like that. He's an icon. He's a cultural icon.
Yeah.
Like he's the reason why people have tattoos and stuff like that, and they're able to be themselves.
Yeah.
And I tell him that all the time. Like I thank you for that.
Yeah.
But he's an amazing guy. Like you said, super emotional.
Yeah.
But he's a good guy. He really, really is.
I mean, to that point, like you're talking about somebody that has tattoos and is a cultural icon. I think there's one in the league right now that's almost following in said footsteps. And he's had a little trouble, but I think you even have a relationship with him and his people, and that's Ja Morant.
Oh yeah, Ja.
And we talked to. I mean, you introduced me to his family when we were at the Up Next League camp.
Yeah,
and it was just dope that we're just shooting the shit.
Yeah,
it wasn't like anything like that. His uncle's talking about different games and stuff like that, but like
they're good people.
Yeah, like they're really good people. If you be around him, like Ja, not like I don't know the perception of him like from
He's
the outside, but like if you meet his people, he did not come from a place that you think he would come from. Like these people are like well-grounded people.
yes. Shout out to
They're
Uncle Phil.
yeah, yeah. Dude's funny. Dude's hilarious. But like you meet him, you're like, oh, like don't get it twisted.
Mm,
I'm pretty sure they, but like these people understand who they are.
yeah,
They're not faking anything.
exactly.
That's what I hate is like the perception is like, oh, he ain't like you don't know how this man grew up.
Yes,
You don't
yes,
know his people. You don't
yes.
know his life.
People make mistakes,
Yeah,
and
bro, you hold
T
on.
talked on that.
I got 200 and some odd $1 million,
Hmm.
and you expect me to be perfect
Yes,
at
and he's
23,
exactly. You're still young.
22, 23 years old? Like, bro, yeah, I'm gonna do something dumb. I did dumb stuff at 23 and I didn't have that type of I still don't have that type of money. I wish I did, but like I still do dumb stuff at 30.
Right.
Like you
All of
can't,
us
yeah, you can't 31. You can't expect people to be perfect.
all the time. And he's not how the media perceives him.
No.
Like I've been out with him. Like he's a chill kid. Like he be vibing. Like he's vibing. Like he's
Like, listen, if he as long as he isn't like hurting anybody,
yes.
as long as he isn't like, you know, putting himself in harm's way, I think there's some things that he could learn from.
Mm-hmm.
But like to bash him or say it's this, like, yo, calm
It's
down.
the era that we live in, it's someone has to be the villain.
Yeah.
Someone has to be the villain. That's just how it is. And
It's unfortunate.
yes, it's very unfortunate.
Very, very unfortunate. All right. We're gonna get off that because we can probably talk about that for a
Yes,
while.
and multiple people we can
And,
talk
and
about.
multiple people. Let's get back to you. You have an event coming up, man.
Yes, yes.
Let's talk about it.
It's immortal. It's in honor of my late father. Um, this is definitely something I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
It's definitely something I'm passionate about. Like I mentioned earlier, my father, he taught me everything all about the different intricacies about sports and stuff like that. Which led me to pretty much know the ins and outs of sports now. And people see me as a female and they're probably like, what she know about sports? Like, how does she know what to shoot and what's
Yeah.
he taught me all of that. And I remember as a young kid sitting on the sofa next to him and watching Saints games, and Aaron Brooks would throw Joe Horn to pass him like, well, what's that? And if he drops it, like, what's that? Excuse me. And he would explain it to me. Like he would definitely like sit there patiently explaining it to me. And that has definitely shaped my career now.
Yeah.
I'm honoring a few folks, legends, and a few heroes. Cam Jordan, Sonny Lee, son of a saint, Polo Silk, legendary photographer, Wild
Dude.
Wayne, radio legend. Honoring those gentlemen at the event. I'm also partnering with Son of a Saint.
Okay.
I'll be raffling off items that night, and the money from that will be donated to Son of a Saint.
Okay.
It's gonna be a fun night. It's gonna be a fun night. It's curated by Say That.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be like you're walking into my living room as a kid.
That's hard.
It's gonna be a beautiful night.
It's a dress code, all black.
All black.
All
Formal
black.
attire.
Formal attire. So is it like it feels like a repass?
Kind of, sort of. Yeah.
It feels
it's
like you go to the people's house after
uh-huh.
the funeral.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Yeah, like it feels like that's what I see in my mind.
Yeah.
It's like
But
everybody chilling, but like a good vibe.
Yeah, it's a good vibe.
Yeah.
It's my father lives through my photography. So yeah, when I'm shooting, it's like he's living through me. So it's definitely gonna be a fun night, my guy. It's gonna be a fun night.
That's cool.
Gonna be some great people in there, great atmosphere.
I see one person that you've done some work with, and he's even like he's tattooed me as Jay McKay. Jay McKay.
Yeah.
And like he has like an interesting take on life.
Yes.
interesting take on his work.
Yeah.
Like, what are those experiences like with him?
Oh, that's my bro. Ever since I met him, he's been super welcoming and super supportive. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, he's the one that told me, "Hey, you should do this."
Yeah,
I told him the idea. I mean, he was riding in the truck one day, gonna drop some work off, and he said, "I think you should really do this." And he's the one that really put that in my ear.
yeah,
And I was like, okay, like if he can see it,
yeah,
like an artist as big as he is,
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, maybe I can pull this off.
I I think he can be even bigger than what he is.
Oh
Like
yes,
I and I
his
and I think
personality, the person that he is,
yeah, yeah.
he's the best.
Like he almost it almost feels like when I see him again, it's like he just embraces you in a way
Yeah,
like hey man, how you doing? Woo-de-woo. Like
yeah.
it's never too much.
It's, he doesn't change.
Yeah.
He doesn't change.
Yeah.
I recently did an event, excuse me, with him in Nike sportswear,
Okay.
at Sneaker Politics.
Yeah.
It's funny because I reached out to him first. He was like, I don't know if they have anybody, but you can reach out to them. And I ended up reaching out to them. They hired me. Um, it was a dope experience being able to be around him and those folks over at Sneaker Politics and working with Nike and all that. That's a dream of mine to be able to work with Nike. So
Yeah.
it was a dope opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the event happening. That was my off Sunday. I was like, oh man, I'm not getting out the house. I'm
Yeah,
done.
it was dope.
It
It
was
really
dope.
was
Yeah,
dope. It
my
was dope.
sister called me and she's not even like a sneaker person.
Mhm.
She like, oh my God, there's celebrities in here. I'm like,
Yeah, Desi Banks came through.
yeah, shout out to Jesse Banks. Like, oh my
Funny
God.
guy. Funny guy.
Well, they were airbrushing. Jay was airbrushing
Yeah.
forces.
And it was actually, you buy a Nike shoe, you get the Air Forces for free.
That's crazy. Yeah, she was saying like, hey, you can get some shoes for free. I'm like, I don't even wear G Nikes like that. I'm a pass.
Yeah, I'll probably go wear them to my event.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See.
I got a nice outfit, prepared.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. There was. Are you from New Orleans?
Born and raised, Algiers. Cut off 1.5. That sounds so crazy.
See what I'm saying? I always think it's funny. Just New Orleans people in general. Like, let's say my first interaction with people from New Orleans was Katrina. Like real interaction, not like okay, I've been in New Orleans a couple times. I get it as a kid, go to parades. All right, there's that. But like you don't really interact with people.
Right.
After Katrina happened, again, Hammond's like 45 minutes away, so a lot of people ended up, just coming out there for 6 months to a year or whatever it was. And I don't know if like at that current time it's like they're going through a lot mentally, so they're probably on edge all the time. It's fights and this, that, and third, whatever. It was what it was. But then when I went to college, that was like my first. That was like the second, but like the real interaction with people. And I think like people from New Orleans like get this like misconception about them, like around the world, like oh they grimy. Like you watch the Boondocks episodes, like they grimy, they this, they that. They're not really like that. It's like the element that they live in probably made them be like, if you remove them from that element, like they're people.
Exactly.
And y'all are like the craziest, not craziest, but like y'all got some shit with you. Let's just say that. Y'all swear, like y'all are like this island, this vulture island that lives alone, like it's separated from everything else. But like it's not really that way. I always think that like New Orleans culture should more so branch out to like the neighboring sides, like it to be inclusive, because I always find it odd that people from Louisiana will migrate other places and not come here. And I think that's an issue, because if you go to Texas, like, people from surrounding cities move to Houston. People from surrounding cities, they'll move to Dallas. Right. They'll move to Austin. But here is like, nah, we don't want y'all here. But yet the motherfuckers from Iowa will move here and set up shop, and you ain't got shit to say about it.
Uh-huh.
So I think like
they do have something to say about it. They do, but
like, ain't nothing you can do about it. Right. Like,
that's the thing. They got something to say about it, but it's nothing you can do about it.
But I always felt like, all right, if you were more welcoming, like you would, And I don't think like people like in other from other parts, like you say me from Hammond, we don't want to like interrupt the way of living. We
Right,
understand it.
right,
We
right.
we honestly comprehend it. We're not changing it, but and I think that's just like one of those problems. Not to just get off subject about what we were talking about,
No,
but
you
just that's like one of those things that always like bothers me. Like y'all want to be separate so much, but it's almost to a detriment of yourself.
Mm, I'm not one of them.
I no 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 no. I say y'all included, but
You
like
I'm just messing with you.
it's always one of those things that I think about. It's like ah. All right, let's talk about this. We always around basketball,
Mhm.
right? And you've done a lot of work with a lot of people around basketball. What's like you've shot a lot of games,
A lot.
right? Like, what's the game that stands out to you that like, whoa, that was crazy, and I was here for it.
I think probably the game against the Suns when Zion did that windmill at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was like crazy.
Like, did you get any footage like specifically of that, or just
Yes, I got the whole entire dunk.
say? All right, so that game, I wasn't there. I wasn't covering it. I was there as a fan, right? And I'm sitting courtside, and there's like a video of me while he's dunking because he's dunking. I'm reaching down, almost like about to sit down, but I'm reaching down to get my stuff because I'm thinking he's dribbling the
He's
basketball
right.
out.
He's your. Oh, you missed it.
No, I didn't miss it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like I'm looking, but I'm like, you could see me bend
Uh,
down to try to pick it up, and I look up. I'm like, nah, he not about to do this.
he definitely did.
Yeah, nah, he definitely
You
did.
gotta be prepared for that type of stuff, especially being, being a photographer or like you have to be prepared. I didn't know he was gonna do that, but I was like, let me see. So I had my camera ready, had that focus ready. Look, I
Yo,
got the entire thing.
you know what's so contagious about like photography? It's like when you get something new,
Mhm,
you know exactly what to do, but
mhm.
also you know the limitations of said things that you just bought.
Yeah.
So it almost like, thanks, I got this. Now I know I need this.
Uh
So
huh.
I bought we talked about this. I bought a 24-70 lens,
The
and
best.
right, and like, oh yeah,
That's my go-to.
I can maneuver with this, but I really can't shoot sports like that with this. Not like
Up
how,
close.
yeah, like
Up close.
it has to be up close.
Yeah.
And I'm like, not the way I want to shoot. I need the 70 to 200.
Yeah.
And then you see the price tag, like, all right, I'm gonna have to wait on that.
And and to be fair, mine at the beginning of the season of high school football season, mine broke while I was in Vegas when I was shooting the Aces game. It started tripping on me. So I was going crazy. A homeboy of mine was selling his brand new. He sold it to me for like half the amount. So I was like, thank God for him because I don't know what I was gonna do. Like, cause you need that lens. Like, if you need that lens.
Yeah,
Like, if you don't have anything else, like my dream is to buy that 2.8, 300 or 400 lens. It's my dream, but that's a $15,000 lens.
yeah,
Can't do that right now.
I, yeah,
So you gotta work with what you have.
yeah. Wait, yo. Matter of fact, I don't want to skip over this. Yo, you shot the Aces, and I think you shot some in New York too, right?
Yeah, yeah. I shot 2 Liberty games in New York while I was out there with all the smoke. Shout out to Brian Daly for that connect again. Um, shot the Aces while I was out there. Shout out to Wiseman Group. That's a lot of they manage a lot of WNBA players and stuff like that. So they made that connect for me. But yeah,
It's your life is pretty interesting.
I'm low key. I'm really chill.
And
I'm really chill.
that doesn't. Doesn't denounce like you're.
I'm a hustler.
That's cool. You quiet, like you like, but you're well connected for yourself, right? I'm not
Yeah,
saying like,
yeah,
hey, you the plug for no.
yeah,
Like you've done it for yourself.
yeah. I'm still trying to do it for myself and for other women that's coming behind me.
Yeah,
Like that's my goal. Like I want to place us on this platform.
yeah,
Like I want us to have that recognition that we deserve. And I'm not looking for clout, anything like that. I'm not trying to be in the public eye and all that. I just want to do my work, put my work out there, and knock down doors.
yeah,
That's all I want to do.
yeah. You can even tell by the way you pose. It's never really you.
Yes, it's never me.
It's your work.
It's my work. and and if you look at my page, I don't hold certain stuff back,
Yeah.
certain things back. Like I shoot high school on the
Yeah.
weekends. I still post that stuff, even
Yeah.
though I can post
Yeah.
Pelican stuff the next day. I don't do that. I don't do that favoritism because this is more high profile than this
Your
is.
work is the most important.
Exactly. And those kids deserve a platform too.
Yeah, they deserve to be right next to.
Exactly. And they would tell me all the time, you go put like it's so funny when I'm done with the football games, they'll come up to me like, hey Channel 91, you go post my photo. I'm like, oh my God. Yes, if it's fire, yes, I'm gonna post it. But yeah, I promise you, like that's probably my biggest blessing is working with these kids.
Yo, kids are funny.
Yes.
They love these pictures, bro.
Yes.
Like I didn't think it was like. Sometimes I really just don't bring a camera. Like I won't bring it. Like I won't bring it to certain things because it's, hey, you gonna send me that? Like I get it.
I've gotten over that part. That they don't do
I
that
ain't
to
there
me
yet.
anymore.
I ain't there yet. Like I was like, it's just like I got you. Just be patient with me.
Yeah.
Just be patient with me.
And the kids, they have you on your toes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They have taught me about prioritizing and being punctual and stuff like that. They've taught me that. I promise you that.
What's the most important lesson about photography that you didn't know until you like really got in there?
Building relationships.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the most important parts. Like I'm not the one to I wasn't the one to go in a room and, talk to people and stuff like I'm a friendly person.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know how to navigate a room, like navigate around the room. And now I do. I've had conversations with Adam Silver before. So it's yeah, you just making those connections, like I said earlier, and just navigating through a room.
Yeah.
Like you never know who you're gonna be in the room with.
And I think that goes back to our really initial point is like just to be yourself.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, you have to. You have to. I started doing this free game Friday thing on Instagram.
Yeah.
I kind of like give pointers and stuff like that to up and coming photographers and like people just in business regardless. I said business. Lord have mercy.
It's okay. Stand on it. Stand on it. We stand on it.
Business. But yeah, I feel like you should be able to give people like different pointers and stuff like that. Oh, not being able to withhold information from people because you're at a certain level in your career and you don't want to see anybody. I'm not like that. Like there's enough room for everyone to eat at the table. Everyone.
I always think about that when people make it to a certain level.
Yeah.
It's like they won't give the secrets that they've learned. They rather the people like
that's crazy.
Work through those things that they had to work through rather than. And I get it. There is somewhat of a balance, right? A balance to you don't know if this person is serious. Like I had to work my ass off to give you that information, but go ahead.
But that's like that's like you passing up a homeless man on the street when he's asking you for money.
Yeah.
You don't know what he's gonna do with that money, really.
You don't.
But
that's not your job.
Exactly. So, and someone had to teach me that.
Nah, I had a mentor kind of tell me that.
Yeah.
Maybe like 6 years ago. I was at Southeastern as a recruiter, as a admissions recruiter.
Mm-hmm.
And I was giving people advice about certain things they should do, this, that, and the third. Like kids would come to me. Like, I don't know how I even got into this position. Mm-hmm. That wasn't even my job title, but we'd have sit downs in my office and talk through things. And the very thing that I told them to do would happen exactly the way I said it. And I said, if you don't do this, X would happen to you. And they would do the things I told them not to do. Mm-hmm. And I had to have a conversation with my mentor because it kind of bothered me. I kind of low-key felt play. I was like, why do I feel some type of way about it?
Can't.
And he was like, that's not your job the person came to you for advice.
Right.
You gave them the options. Whether it was good advice, bad advice, it's their job to make that decision for themselves. You cannot make that decision for them.
Right.
Did you do what you thought was best?
Exactly. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
So you have to remove yourself from that. And from that day forward, like if you came to me for advice and I told you, not to say I don't care about the result, but I don't want to let the result impact me.
Exactly. You pray for them and
Yeah.
you hope that they make the right decision.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
Uh,
That's all you can do. Like, and I try my best. There are a lot of people in my inbox asking me how to do this and how to do that. And I try to be as informative as I can.
Yeah.
And a lot of people come to me and ask me, oh, how you get into Pelicans games and Saints games and stuff like that. I said, man, I look at their page and they don't have that much on their page. I'm like, you got to build a portfolio.
Yeah. This
Like,
is
and that's not even that. Like, you can still have a portfolio and it still won't let you in the games. You have to build those relationships.
Yeah.
Like my thing is I have relationships with the players.
Yeah.
So that's how I get into games. I don't have a relationship with the well, now I do, but I didn't have the relationship with the organizations. So you have to work your way up. Like you have to take on free roles too. I worked with several players before that. I did stuff for them for free. And that got me into other positions to make money.
Yeah.
Like for instance, Showtime. I went out there to the Iverson Classic the first year and I worked for free. And now I'm staying in a nice hotel in Vegas for summer league.
She was about to stud.
I really was. I really was. But yeah, it all pays off in the end. It all pays off.
I feel that. As a matter of fact, I just got my first check from somebody from a photo shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had probably been having a camera at least 2 years at this point. And the reason I bought it was because I wanted to shoot my daughter and I shoot my kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of developed to, okay, I'm shooting this. And I'd post a picture here and there.
I said, I've been seeing you work, brother. I've been seeing you work, brother.
Man, chill out. So just as you were talking through that, I'm just like, yeah, it's like I'm building like almost like this soft portfolio in the sense of
and
like
it's your photos. Like, know what I love about photography? No one has your photo. No one. They may have a different angle.
Yeah.
But no one has your photo.
I like the art that it is.
Yes, especially with basketball.
Or just really anything. Like you really can have an eye for something. Like like, and I think that's the beauty of it. Now that I like kind of comprehend what the camera wants me to do.
Right.
Like I understand ISO and I understand aperture and I understand f-stop. Like I'm like, oh, that's what that means. That's what that do.
Oh, you're still learning.
And I'm still
learning.
But like the light bulb went off maybe like a month ago. And I was like, oh. And again, I'm telling you, like I've been having a camera for a little minute. So it's like, I've been doing this all wrong.
But you know what? It's not wrong. Cool, it's still not wrong.
Well, like let's see, I could have been more efficient. Let me just say that I could have been way more efficient.
It's still your artwork.
It still is. Like I'm still proud of the stuff that I did at that time because I did not know.
Exactly.
But now that I do know, it's
self-taught is the best way.
I'm like, yo, yeah, it's over. It's over. Not in the sense of like for other people. I'm talking about myself. Like now I see how this is how they got that shot.
Right.
You know, you see other people shooting. I'm gonna be honest. I see you shooting. I see my partner Shad shooting, and I'm like, okay, I see how they could have gotten this. Yeah. I see what they're talking about when they're talking about certain things. And yo, K let me shoot. Shout out to K Polo. K let me shoot.
Shout out to bro.
K let me shoot with his for just like a second. I'm like,
his camera's different. Oh, he has a top of the line one. Oh my God. Like I can't even look. He has like the beast of Sony.
But he nice. Like, you know, people, if you listen to this, stop telling photographers you have a nice camera.
Oh, yeah.
That's so belittling and disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that. Don't do that because
no, his camera.
Oh, it's fire.
It's like 5G before like it even came out.
I just wanted to say that before, like you were talking about somebody's camera. Like, wait, let's slow down a little bit before. Don't say that to a photographer. It's almost demeaning in a sense. Like that's they have a nice camera, but they had to work to get that camera.
Yeah,
they had to perfect a style to get that camera. Yeah, they could have just went and bought it. But if you just set the camera down and don't touch it, who's shooting it?
Yeah.
So
I completely agree with that. Trust me, I work hard for mine.
as you should.
I work hard for mine.
But yeah, nah. That camera's crazy. I was like, yo. I only had it in my hand for like 2 seconds.
And they probably shot like how many
photos?
Oh
my God, bro. He was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. This is crazy.
I think he has like the not the A1, something like I don't know.
He whatever it is, whatever that's
That
like
monster.
like a 50 cal. If you're
Yeah.
talking like that thing's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
But nah, man, I appreciate you coming to chop it up with me.
No problem
This
at
has
all,
been a
bro.
great first episode.
I got something to announce too, though.
Oh yeah, I was gonna let you go ahead.
I got
Go
to shoot.
ahead.
I'm shooting the Sugar Bowl.
You're shooting
Yeah, I'm shooting the Sugar Bowl.
that.
I haven't told anyone that yet.
Not now. You're telling everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yo, you
Yeah, they
good.
reached out to me, by the way. Yeah.
All state.
Yep.
Sugar Bowl.
Yes.
Used to be Nokia.
January 1st, whenever.
Yeah.
I'm shooting that. Yeah.
New Year's Eve game. Like New Year's
Yes.
Eve, New Year's Day games.
Yeah, I'll be there. On behalf of them, yeah. Yeah.
On behalf of Boot Media, this has been the first episode of The Rhythm. My dog Chansey just pulled up, dropped some gems. Her show, Immortal, date
December 9th.
December 9th.
6 to 10 p.m. Hughes Our Studio, 822 Barone Street. Pull up. Have some drinks on deck. Forgot to mention that too.
Oh, you know, that's important.
Very important. You can RSVP on Eventbrite. It's gonna be good vibes. Honoring Wild Wayne, Polo Silk, Cam Jordan, Sonny Lee, Son of a Saint. It's gonna go down. It's gonna be a nice night. It's gonna be a great night.
It's gonna be a nice
all
night.
Black. One more tire. All black.
Like
black.
Black. Like Wesley Snipes black. Like
yes.
Yeah. Again, I appreciate you, my dog. For sure. Peace.
That was dope.